Alright, so just trying to get comfortable. I'm trying to get comfortable in front of the camera, right? So I guess this is less about creating content and more about just getting used to the camera. One thing I notice when I'm filming is that, it's like if I'm looking at the screen, what are my eyes doing? But if I'm looking at, you see, these phones nowadays got so many cameras, I don't even know which one to look to. Um, my friend sent me a video. I think it was from the King's Templar. It was like 26 minutes long. It was a really insightful video. It talked about being humble. Black people specifically, how we need to stop being humble because of all the adversity that we faced. We still here, we still alive, we still upstanding good men. And it really, really resonated with me on a lot of levels. Um, not having my father predominantly in my life, not having my mother predominantly in my life, um, having my parents dealing with their own separate issues, not being able to take care of me, uh, definitely affected my life experience as far as having role models and examples of what love looks like, of what marriage looks like. I just literally didn't have certain things. I could say now, I am, I am grateful. Um, my life looks nothing like theirs, and I'm successful, and I have been successful in my own right. Um, I have a son. I have a marriage. I have a 5-year-old son. I have a marriage. I've been married for 8 years. I mean, I'm blessed. Um, I am truly grateful for my wife, for everything that she's done for me. So, when this brother mentioned women, and I've listened to, my friend put me on to, I think his name is AMS. AMS. I think it's short for Alpha Male Strategies or Immortal Minds. When I listen to these brothers, um, first of all, 100%, these brothers, I definitely feel they're on their thing. They're on their grind. They're on their purpose. They're very knowledgeable. They're very woke. They're very conscious. Very spiritual. But one thing I realized from even talking to other like-minded people that I've actually met, I never met a King's Templar. I never met AMS. I never met Immortal Mindz. Um, but one thing that I realized from talking to people um, that's kind of in the same realm or just conscious people, we're still people at the end of the day. Um, Regardless of what occupies most of your mindset, what occupies most of your attention, we're still people. We're still prone to our own feelings, our own perceptions, our own algorithms that we formed in our head, our own models. And I think it's dictated largely by what we see around us in our own personal experience. My personal experience, I met my wife in high school. I met her the first year of high school. Didn't say a lick to her. Sophomore year, I wrote a little note. Do you like me? Yes or no? Mad cliche, but ended up taking off. It was up and down. We wasn't together the entire time through high school. Actually, you could argue we didn't really get together. We had like a short stint when we were spending a lot of time together. Um, and then we just parted ways. um, just had a friendship. But it's not like we was talking or anything a lot, like on the phone. We probably didn't really get back into it until like college. Um, and yeah, man. So my wife is outstanding, especially talking to other people with their relationships or their marriage. My wife is absolutely amazing. She is self-sacrificing. She genuinely loves me. I'm always in her thoughts. She's always getting me things. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I feel like I'm the weak link, like like based off of her own merits, this marriage will be phenomenal, rocking out. I bring a lot of issues to the table, from my psychology, from just my past experiences, and we do balance each other out, though. I could say that, and we do work with each other. And communication for me is paramount. Communication and attention has always been paramount for me. Um, and we could work a lot of things out like that. But I just want to get back to the point. So this brother started talking about women, and I really just don't like women bashing. And I know that I it's not like I sit down and watch all their content. I'm pretty sure it's not how it seems. But at the same time, even if I just give you a little fragment, hey, you know what I'm saying? You brothers, uh, you need to demand respect from your women. It's almost like a chauvinistic kind of tone or arrogance. The argument was made that everything around us, this pillow, these walls, my TV, everything in the world, men created. And really, there's no, it's there's a lot of merit, and there's truth to everything. But the key here is just balance. I remember I was listening to Alan Watts, and I think it was a video titled "The Nature of God." Whether you believe in God, hey, that's not what I'm getting at. But it was interesting, and it made the argument that if you have a beautiful painting and there's a canvas, it's like it's a beautiful painting of a bird, and you're like, oh my goodness, this bird is so articulate. Look at the brush strokes and the details and the colors. But think about it real quick. There's a canvas there. Without that canvas, that bird couldn't exist. And I looked at videos with yin yang, and it really just shows the balance of everything. Wherever there's yang, there's a little bit of yin. Wherever there's yin, there's a little bit of yang. And how everything is codependent. I mean, you think about it. Everybody's trying to be full. Everybody's trying to be fulfilled. But you can't have fullness without emptiness. I mean, think about a cup. If a cup didn't have any void, you couldn't put any liquid in it. It wouldn't be able to hold. So there's value to things that we may not even give enough credit to. I think Albert Einstein even said, not everything not everything that's counted truly counts, and not everything. Well, it was a double play. My bad. I'm sorry. This video is really me just getting more comfortable in front of the camera. But you know what? I'm not even trying to go at anybody's neck. I just know that for me, I'm a very emotional person. I'm a sensitive person, and that just kind of struck a chord, struck an emotion out of me, and I just wanted to talk about it. This brother really inspired me. Um, we're all miracles, we're all light, and we really do need to increase confidence in ourselves when we're insecure, and not let that limit us to our greatest potential. The fact that you're alive, the fact that you're even watching this video, you are just unlimited potential, and you can do whatever you choose to focus your attention on, whatever you consume, you attract more to you. So if you thinking about how you're poor, I'm not even gonna go into that argument right now because I'm just not. But mindset is powerful, and you can always be right, whatever you believe in. So if you say you can do something, you may not be able to do it. Like, I could do 100 push-ups. You might not even be able to do one, but if you follow the steps, and you might do the push-ups on your knees, or you might do the wall push-ups, and you slowly, like, it's a snowball effect. You slowly work your way up to it. And the idea is that little nugget or seed, the thought that can actually make whatever you want real. I feel like I'm just rambling on at this point, but yeah. So this brother, I think it was a Templars. I'm probably gonna put it in the description, but we have no excuses, through all the adversity that you may have faced. Why are we holding ourselves back? And not to say that could be answered right now in this video, be answered in a day, but just take some time to reflect on that and think about that. I was rocking with this brother until towards the end, struck another chord with me, and he was mentioning, why are you letting these other people speak for you, whether it's on life or whether it's on YouTube? And he mentioned cornballs, and these are the type of people we would stuff in locker rooms. That hits me at a personal note. One, I think it's kind of like negative annotations, and it might be coming from his personal experience. And like, when you're trying to preach, you can't help it. We're human, so we might inject certain experiences into our message, which can kind of make it biased. But I really resonate with the word cornball. I've been called a cornball. I resonate with the word weirdo. I've been called a weirdo. I resonate with a lot of the negative words that you may hear. And I kind of internalized it and fed my insecurity. I never been stuck in a locker, but I always had this perception that I would be that person when I was watching TV. I'm a nerd, I'm a geek, and whatnot. So to say that we're light and we're special, but then it was also kind of selective. Like, you're special, but not everybody's special. And I don't like the idea of competition to an extent. Darwinism and all of that. I believe, like Jadena, the music artist, he said, the sky is big enough for all us birds to fly, and that's how we build at scale. One man is great in his own right, but paired with other men and working in synergy and harmoniously with a willing spirit, with a shared goal, that is true power. and oneness, love. Like, that's the message that I want to share. And whether you are a hot shot, a cornball, whatever it is, love and respect, can bridge the gaps between our perspective. I mean, like, really, like, my light is phenomenal. It can light up the world, but that doesn't make your light any less, any more, any less. It doesn't make mine any more, any less. And when two people are arguing, it's like they want to be the only light. And it's like we could both illuminate this place brighter than any of us can see with our own light. It's like we could magnify each other. And when you're able to swap and share perspectives, it's like light is perspective. You go in a dark room, and dark can like symbolize ignorance and whatnot. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Plato's cave. I'm not actually like selling you, like I'm not getting any money off of these things that I'm mentioning, but these are just things that I've watched from time to time, and it left me like in awe almost, just seeing how these thoughts are not original. I know Nas had a track on the Lost Tapes 1. No idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you did, but how it's done. And the truth to that is just so profound. I mean, you think back to some poets or some musicians, and you realize you could keep going back until the first record of records. And even though technology changed, it's fundamental questions, philosophy, it's fundamental thoughts that men think. Like, we find answers along the way, but there's certain things that from the beginning that we still haven't answered. And these emotions are all the same. So it's like, really, what's different? History repeats. But that's all I wanted to say. Peace.